sponsor and helping us continue to give us the information, motivation, education that we need in our community. Next, we would like to thank SoCal Tattoo out of Tarzana, California. SoCal Tattoos, where all your tattoo needs will be met. Go out there and check them out and let them know AC sent you. And last but definitely not least, Rockstar Plumbing Company out of Chatsworth, California. You can reach them at 818-814-3044 for all your plumbing needs. And now, without further ado, let the show begin. Rocking and rolling, Mr. Chris. All right, everybody, you guys know what it is. The one, the only American Cholo podcast, broadcasting live and direct to you from North Hollywood, California. My name is Gil, and I am the American Cholo. I got my boy Chris engineering in the background. Shout out to my boy Chris. And today, man, we got a show for you guys, man. Like, serious stuff. We got a live show. That's what it's about. It's about putting our gente on, you know, so they could do their thing and showcase their talent, man. And today, I am proud to, it's all about timing, to introduce you Kiki Smooth y los Asociados, compa. What's going on, fellas? How you guys doing?
Hey, man, thank you for having us, bro. Bro, saludos a toda la gente out there, man. Shout out to everybody out there. You know,
that's right. I appreciate you guys taking the drive out here. You know, I know it ain't easy, but so before we even get started, bro, we want to hear something, homeboy. What do you think? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna sit here, you know, maybe play a couple songs. If you guys want to do individual stuff, whatever you guys want to do. And then at the same time, get to know each one of you, your story, and how you guys all came together here. But before that, all right, people, I present to you once again, Kiki Smooth y los Asociados.
Hit it, compa T.
All right, esto se llama Evolución, coming out real soon in all platforms. Y esto dice más o menos.
Big shout out to everybody. My name is Kiki Smooth, the first Mexican rapper out of Compton. Rich and Ruthless Records. Big shout out to American Cholo. This is called the raza right here. This is called Evolución. Hit it, T.
Y esto dice. En este juego navego parejo, arriesgando el pellejo por hacer dinero.
That's right.
Una modelo fumando del bueno, bajado mi fierro, cargo cero miedo.
Okay.
Vida sagrada hay que saber cuidarla, aunque no haya lana, me sobran las ganas. Por eso me empiezo cuando hay casa, porque no se sabe si hay otro mañana.
Si no sabes lo que cuesta esto, pesa la cabeza. Big step away, machete pa' aquí peleando en la pobreza. Nosotros contra todos, doble R está la muerte. Aquí estamos y estamos más fuertes. Pinches envidiosos siempre quieren lo que miran. Que camata soco como un juego de canicas. Abuelita reza por los primos a la reja. Pagaron con su vida dando vuelta en la ruleta. They talking little homies when they in your future. Funerales para los que tengan duda. Para morir uno tiene que vivir. Y para vivir uno tiene que sufrir. Feeling like crying after the loss, no corner. Sometimes you gotta lose just to get stronger. You see me with easy, wasn't easy to get these ruthless dudes. And that's the motherfucking truth. Smooth.
Este juego navego parejo, arriesgando el pellejo por hacer dinero.
Okay.
Una modelo fumando del bueno, bajado mi fierro, cargo cero miedo.
That's right.
Vida sagrada hay que saber cuidarla, aunque no haya lana, me sobran las ganas. Por esto me empiezo cuando hay chance, porque no se sabe si hay otro mañana.
Le pido a Juditas que me dé una manita, que me ponga en el camino como su página latina con un chingo de oro, masked up like we Zorro, rolling with the Brody, with the 40 looking gordo. It's nothing personal, it's business when we roll up, porque el peso de ayer no es el mismo de ahora. Arriesgando todo para un día salir de lodo, saquen pisos, no me agüito, oye primo, pues ni modo. Started with a paperback, now we feeling double. El trabajo roba tiempo, coming out the rubble. Soñamos grande todos los días para adelante, gallito para gallito, para despegarme. Por bien jodido, por esto le echo ganas. Hasta el día que Diosito me dé alas. No se pasen de la raya, aquí estamos vivos. Rich and ruthless, siguiendo el yo.
Este juego navego parejo, arriesgando el pellejo por hacer dinero.
That's right.
Una modelo fumando de bueno, bajado mi fierro, cargo cero miedo.
Okay.
Vida sagrada hay que saber cuidarla, aunque no haya lana, me sobran las ganas. Por eso me empiezo cuando hay chata, porque no se sabe, hay otro mañana.
That's right. Evolución. Big shout out to American Cholo. Live music right here with Kiki Smooth and los Asociados. Yeah. Rich and Ruthless Records, baby.
Asociados.
That was dope.
Thank you,
Yeah.
brother. Thank you, bro.
That was
Gracias.
hitting on all levels.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, it's an evolution of what we call mashing two sounds together.
And you guys definitely did it right.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Appreciate that, bro.
There's some people that didn't know that you rap in Spanish, Kiki. You know,
Yeah, shout outs to Man Hablado, Bobby Castro, and La Sinfonía. Those were my mentors too. They had this shit like, we want you to rap in Spanish, and it was them that pushed me to where I'm at right now.
and now were you always like real fluent in Spanish? Or
Oh yeah, it's my English is my second language. My
Okay.
mama from Guerrero. They would, it's crazy because when we were growing up, we weren't allowed to speak English in the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she didn't like it. She thought me and my brother were talking shit about it. It's real shit.
And low-key, you got away with certain stuff.
Yeah, like, nah, motherfuckers, y'all ain't gonna be doing that shit in my house.
Oh,
But
man.
shout outs to my mom. She's been a big inspiration with all my music. you know what
So,
I'm saying?
how old were you when you came to the States? Were you born in the States?
Nah, I'm from Compton, California.
Compton,
You
California,
feel
in
me?
the house.
Yeah, I'm the first
But-
Mexican rapper out of Compton, for real.
And that one I want to get to for sure. So you're born here. You got your mom and your dad. You got both or just your mom?
Oh, no, it was just mom.
It was just her head.
Yeah, it was just
okay.
mom.
So you're just puro español, way.
Yeah, yeah. And me and my brother, we grew up in Compton where music was all around. But in my house, there was definitely like cumbias, but then there was Madonna, Michael Jackson. Mom's liked all kinds of music. So it was never just Spanish music. So it was always different shit. My mom had me when she was young. So, she's not just my mom. She's, my best friend.
Okay, that's right, but
You feel me?
in a good way.
In a good way. Hell yeah.
Because there's some best friends that no mames way.
No, man, no. My mom still fuck me up if I fuck
Oh,
up. You feel me?
that's right.
Yeah.
So when you're growing up out there, Compton, California, the mecca of of a lot of gangster rap and hip hop and everything else, right?
Yeah.
What are you listening to when you're like in junior high school?
I was still listening to, you know what? I was listening to Mellow Mayonnaise.
Okay. Okay.
But I was always influenced by my uncles. My uncles used to jack cars, strip them in my grandma's house, and throw away a gang of tapes. And they used to give me tapes.
Okay.
So a lot of the music was like NWA shit. My first tape, my Tío Genaro, rest in peace, gave me was a blue tape. And that was the first tape that I was like, fuck, this is bad as fuck. And it was a Compton Most Wanted tape. And it was blue. And
Oh, I remember that CMW. And
Yeah.
That's what I did too, for sure.
And that shit changed my life, bro. Feel me? Those cassettes and started me wanting to do more. I was infatuated with DJ Yella. So all my life I always wanted to be DJ Yella.
Okay. You have a bold statement saying you're the first Mexican rapper come out of Compton.
Yeah, Yella said that.
Oh, Yella said that.
Yeah.
Now-
Imagine wanting to be Yella and then having him put you out as the first Mexican rapper out of Compton.
And you hold a lot of pride with that.
And he's my mentor.
That's right.
You feel me? Man, shout outs to DJ Yella. He's a Rock Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend. And, he's brought me to the front. It was his idea, too. He used to tell me, like, why don't you rap in Spanish? I used to tell him, man, like, you know how long it took me to get respect for my black friends in Compton and what? You got to understand what it is to grow up in the mecca of rap.
And you were there.
Yeah. And to this day, we still go to the mecca of rap. You feel me? And I live in front of the Watts Towers. I have more of a black fan base than raza.
Right. And that's rare.
And that's crazy. And to the point where people started hearing me rap in Spanish, and I would get some of my black homies like, hey, I don't know what the fuck you saying, but that shit sound hard, and I'm proud of you that you're rapping for your people now. And I didn't get that at first. Feel me? I'm like, well, everybody's my people.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, because in Compton and Watts, it's you know, well, in my family.
Yeah, I know.
In my family, we have black cousins. You feel me?
Like real black.
Yeah, straight. You feel me? And that's just what it is in my family. So I never looked at it like that because they speak Spanish. You feel me? So that's the other crazy part. You feel me? So to me, when I started rapping in Spanish, we did this song called Somos de Compton. Shout outs to Man Hablado. He actually wrote the whole song. And that's one of my closest friends. And he was like, I think you should rap this shit. And I'm like, let me hear it. Let me see it. Like an Easy E moment. You feel me? Like, let me see this shit. But I could deliver.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to the OG Easy E. I heard stories where it would take him long. But I grabbed that Spanish verse and made it my own. And here we are, you know, doing music with some of my best friends, dog. Like,
so let's introduce each one of these.
this is my brother Dre, and this is my brother T. They are the Asociados.
Asociados.
Yeah.
Pero
yeah.
hermanos o hermanos de guerra.
De guerra. De guerra, güey.
So talk to me. I'm sorry, what's the name again? Dre? Okay, so talk to me, Dre. You know, give me some history on you, how you came about to eventually be playing guitar and singing how you sing.
Well, I'm from South Central.
Get the mic a little closer.
I'm from South Central, man, originally.
There you go.
I started playing music when I was 17. That really motivated me to just, you know, succeed in this.
And when you started playing music, did you start off with the guitar right off the top?
I started with the accordion, man.
Oh, you started with the accordion.
With the accordion, but no le agarré tanto, you know. I didn't really understand it, and I hopped onto bass. Gave me more perspective of what music is like, more of the music scale.
Right.
And I just hopped back on the accordion. I got it like, you know,
that's right. It's like a
musical thing, you know.
a PS5 game or something. But you gotta learn how to play it.
Yeah, and both hands and shit.
And everything by ear too. I had no teacher or anything.
And then you eventually picked it up and said, oh, I can do this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you never went to school for this or anything?
Nothing, man. No YouTube either.
Really? Nah, he watched my channel how to do guitar.
Yeah. Share guitar by American Cholo.
So, and my man Big T over there, what's up? homeboy? El Risas.
Mr. Risas.
Aquí, saludazos.
¿De dónde eres, carnal?
I'm from South Central también. Soy ahí South Central.
Damn.
Grew up right there.
We got the car coming in here, huh? That's right. South Central Compton and Watts, baby.
Yeah.
That's right. So give me a little history on yourself, man. You know, when did you start playing or when did you start getting a knack for instruments?
Well, basically, yeah, I started out late. You know, I started in my late 20s.
And that's late for a player, huh?
Yeah,
Is it kind of like boxing?
yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of started late, but I mean, I picked it up quick, you know, and I started learning it and watching YouTube. I was one of them guys that watched YouTube.
Oh, it's just even on YouTube. That's right, homeboy.
You'll see me at YouTube. Pero yeah, little by little, I started getting it more, y ya con el oído and stuff like that, y pues ya compongo mis rolas y todo eso, you know.
That's right. So you compose your own songs too.
Yeah.
¿Qué tipo de rolas?
Corridos, de
You
todo.
got something you can play real quick that you got?
Yeah, I got
Come on, let's do it. Homeboy, let me hear you playing real quick.
un corridito que this is like the first corrido that I ever wrote, you know,
Alright.
and this is the one that basically that gave us the name, and it gave us a like people started looking out to us like, hey, esos quién son, you know, like what's up with
It gave
that?
you some recognition.
Yeah,
That's right.
so ahí le va esta rolita.
¿Cómo se llama?
Se llama Bien Lit.
Bien lit.
Esto dice más o menos. Desde muy morro empecé traficando en las calles, desde Meritito Cante, por él me la rifé, fumando del auge, waxecito relajante, para quitarme el estrés. Traigan botellas de vino, asociados en vivo, un pase de visito, pa' ponernos bien el tiro, suspiro tras suspiro, siempre me pongo bien lit.
Hey. house. There's a pop in the house.
That's right. That's right. Boy.
Different shit.
No, sí saben, cabrones. Sí saben.
Hay
Yeah.
más o menos.
So is this still considered just corridos, or is there
Well, we call it hood corridos.
hood corridos, right? That's a kind of a little bit of like the narco corrido scene, like the one Jimmy and
Yeah,
him
yeah,
be
but
doing.
it's like a South Central Compton Watts twist to it.
Yeah, of course, because you guys are putting on for your city.
Yeah, it's just a different sound, but yeah, it sounds like that.
but
Feel- you know?
it's banging, bro.
Thank you.
You know what's a trip is how when you were talking about and I think we can all relate to this. When you were speaking about when you were young, you would just speak Spanish. I don't know about you, but when I went to school and I just spoke Spanish, I got kind of picked on. And we were kind of embarrassed for certain years as kids until probably, I don't know, maybe the last 15 years, bro.
Yeah.
It's changed, especially with the whole scene of narco corridos and that, where now fools want to bump that stuff. Before,
Yeah.
fools don't
that's
want to get
real-
caught bumping that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So how cool is it seeing that? I think the phones needs to get charged because you keep getting that buzz, or is that me? I could be getting a buzz somewhere. So okay, so I think that it's dope, and you come from a different background than a lot of people, because I know we've had conversations from years back, bro, that were not heated but passionate, I would
Yeah,
say, right?
yeah.
And you made sure to let me know, Gil, I don't see color, I don't see this, I don't see that.
yeah.
And to me, that's a beautiful thing, bro.
Yeah.
And how do you feel now, so many years in the future, and now you're getting stuff like this? You're getting the corridos out of Compton. You're getting the music out of our people, and they actually like it, brother. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good though. But like I say, like people still say, "Hey, dog, when you talk English, you sound black."
Ah, okay. I can see that, how some people will say something like that, but I would think that's probably years back, Kiki, because now all the youth, they talk like blacks, huh, man?
Oh yeah, they definitely talk like blacks, but you ain't get, like we're not faking it. This is just how we talk.
No,
You feel me?
I do with you 100%, right? And we can get a little bit into that conversation. It would be like the N-word, right?
Yeah.
To me, for guys like yourself who grew up in Compton and all that, it's understandable, especially with the how the population was, right? But now I think most of the population over is Raza, is it not?
Yes.
But just the lingo just stayed.
Yes. But my neighbor's still black.
Okay.
So yeah, there's way more Latinos on the block,
let's
but
say
there's
in
still
high school-
black people.
in high school,
In
what-
high school, look, we were the only tagging crew. I was just telling them with black people in our crew.
At that point.
At that point.
But did
When
you-
the green light hit, it was confusing for our crew
Oh, I
because
bet, fool.
so it was like, damn, these fools are gonna join the Crips and we're gonna join,
Whatever we're going to do.
Willow Street where we lived at.
Right.
You feel me? So it was just that's what it was. Game grew up with us. Game that on the first CD, you see my name on that.
Oh, shit.
You feel me? Game grew up with us. Game played all the Spanish words he knows. He learned that from us.
So he was a kid
Yeah,
over there.
rolling with us. JC on, man, that's my peoples. Like big shout outs to the homie.
That's
You
right.
feel me? Big shout outs to the homie, dog. So everything that I've lived through is just what you hear from me is just who I am.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me? I'm not gonna switch up out of nowhere because it's cool to be what people are saying. It's cool to be a Mexican now, a Mexican rapper.
It's cool to be a
right?
cholo, homeboy.
Right? And to me, I'm still that motherfucker though.
Yeah, I hear you.
You feel me? I don't gotta change for nobody.
And you definitely got major skills. Do you think that because of that kind of thinking, which I will say is backwards thinking, now I would say that absolutely. Do you think that kind of hindered you from, getting more, more exposure? Because some guys that when we were younger, ese güey es pinches habla como un negro.
Yeah, definitely. But there's a lot of us that came up in that era. In the early 2000s where, we had to fight through that. We didn't have what is going on right now.
Right.
We didn't have an avenue to be able to just do parties of our own people. Right. There was no avenue for us. So you got to understand, for us to even, for these kids to be here right now, we had to be sacrificed. You feel me?
Yeah. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. And when you say that, it reminds me of like, yeah, you couldn't have this because estos güeyes están peleando con estos güeyes.
And it changed out of nowhere. I was like, what the fuck?
Estos güeyes están peleando con dude.
Yeah.
Everybody was fighting.
Yeah.
And some people don't understand it. That's why sometimes when I get into my situation, I talk about North and South. I'm like, homie, that's just their enemies, just different hood. That's all it is, brother. Some people don't want to admit that. It's a different. No, it's the same shit, bro. It's a different hood. So we eventually started. We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
We haven't figured it out all the way, bro. We're figuring out where. Yeah, we don't gotta fight each other for what? For like, wait a minute. It's unfortunate that the young guys are still kind of doing it, but the beautiful part that I see that I've never seen before is that the older homies are coming up with a whole different message.
Yeah.
You know, I saw some. I'll give you a quick story. I saw some down the street from here, a couple homies, and they were like 6 or 7 youngsters and 3 OGs, right? And they were talking to them. They're like, "Hold up, Gil." I said, "All right, do your thing." Before I walk, I find it. And I go back and I walk in the conversation. And I thought these were telling this youngster something. No, all these 3 older homies are telling this youngster, "If you don't gotta be from the hood, fool, like, do your shit, go to school.
Yeah.
You don't
That's
gotta claim this shit, bro."
Yeah, that's tight.
I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's fucking dope, right there.
That's what, and that
You know?
that gives me hope for our people because
Yeah.
as long as we continue to fight these low level fights, bro, we're never gonna
come up as people.
rise to the top as we should, bro.
And you know, we need that. We need more of Latinos just doing everything in that people put us down for. We need more cops. We don't need more rappers.
That's right.
You feel me? We need more Latino cops that understand our community.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's the type of thing that, you know, needs to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope to hear people doing that.
Yeah,
You know
dude,
what I'm saying?
it surprised the hell out of me.
In Watts, we tried to do that. You know, we do that.
Yeah,
we're out there telling people, you know, through our platforms and in Compton. You know, we're really, I'm really connected with my cities.
That's right.
You feel me? I love my cities.
Yeah.
I love my community.
Same
I live
here,
there.
homeboy,
You know what I
same
mean? I
here.
drive through there. I walk through there.
Aquí estamos,
You know what I
the
mean?
same
So,
thing. I
I
go
love
down my block every day. Like
yeah,
that. I go down my block
I
every
love
day,
that,
bro.
and I love that. That's why I wanted to come into these type of platforms and show them what we have created
Yes.
through that.
Yes.
You know, like we found a way to mash our music together, and a lot of people were like, "Whoa, that's," you know. At first, when I had this idea, nobody wanted to fuck with me. Like, nah, you know, like you said, it was not cool to bump this, and you know, not that
taboo, homie.
And it wasn't even cool to like say that both of these styles of music could be one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like, what the fuck? And, you know, to see these cats, you know, like they were doing this shit already before me. The idea was in my head and I wanted to bring that shit to the front. But these fools were already busting out at the Compton Courthouse. Corridos.
At the courthouse?
Yeah, like in front though.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's gangster.
doing corridos, and that's like, damn. They did Boys in the Hood, bro.
Well, they're gonna do it over here again too.
Yeah, should we do it too? Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's give them Boys in the Hood. Let's give them Boys in the Hood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Esto dice más o menos.
let's go.
I made up my mind when I was 17. I ain't waiting no marriage to wedding ring. A big player for life. So where's my wife? Probably at that rehab, stuck in the bike. Cause she must be smoking and I ain't joking. Asociados coming from South Central. I way more bitches than I ever did. And I put that on a big bag of weed. Yes, I could give you a bitch. Just wanna give you a joint. Bitches ain't shit now, make my point. Looking like that weed while I spit this rap. And tell you about a place from way back.
Yeah,
Kiki.
let's go.
Esto dice más o menos. Walking down the street in my 6'4", jacking the bricks, slapping the hoes. Went to the park to get to school. Knuckleheads out there, cold shooting some hoop.
A corn pulls up, who can it be? A fresh Camino rolling Kilo G. He rolled down his window and he started to say,
It's all about making that GTA.
cause the boys in the hood are always taught.
Talking to friends.
We'll pull your car. Nothing in life but to be legit. Won't pull me, boy, cause I ain't said shit. Asociados. EDE, rest in peace. Rich and Ruthless Records.
That's right, fool. That's right. Now, to me, that's a great hustle, but también traen huevos, way to go in front of the courthouse. So,
Yeah.
whose idea was that, or how did that brainstorm come about?
Yeah, it was our idea. It was mine and T's idea.
So what were you guys doing? Just chilling one day because you don't be just hey, let's go to the courthouse and play. Like,
Yeah, well, pretty much that's what we pretty much did. Just nos acoplamos un día. We were like, we need a good location that nobody has ever done before, and we need a song that nobody does, a cappella. You know?
oh shit! What were people their reaction when they saw you guys? And you're like, whoa. At first, it had to be a little surprised, right?
Yeah, they were low key tripping out. They were like, "What the hell? What's going on right there?" And then next thing you know, when we used to go perform it, they used to be vibing with it, and everybody was like, "Oh shit, sing that shit one more time." And
That's
we're like,
right.
Hell yeah, let's do it one more time.
You guys put your sombrero out there, like let's kick in a little bit, or what? You guys get any good tips over there, or no? Just more recognition, like
Just promotion
just promotion, huh?
Yeah, promotion.
You guys just do that one time, or you guys did a multiple times?
multiple times, mostly all the time.
Oh, really? So if people are looking for you and they want to see you guys play, and they're in the city of Compton, where are they gonna go? To the courthouse?
Courthouse.
What do they think?
Nah, you find us everywhere now, though.
No, but I'm saying when
But
you're
it was-
doing those, that'd be dope. To
Yeah,
see, like,
it was just something like these dudes knew that that's so monumental that no one's ever. It's
Yeah,
been
that's-
rappers,
Yeah.
nothing but rappers, and even me, I was like, I saw that shit on YouTube, bro. I didn't see it live,
Okay,
and I was like, yo, these motherfuckers are dope.
that's right.
I know their manager. Let me hit up their manager. So I hit up their manager because I already had this idea of Evolucion. I already had the idea. I just didn't know how to bring it come to life. But I knew that I wanted something like that mixed with what I'm trying to do, right? And the management wasn't fucking with it. They told me like, oh, they're busy. They're doing other things. And, at the time they were popping like a motherfucker because of those videos.
Right, because thinking outside the box.
Yeah, and they hit them with Bien Lit, and it really popped off for them. So I was like, fuck it, pasaron años, and next dog, I get a fucking phone call that these fools are out of their contracts and they're signing to Ruthless Records with us. So I was like, what the fuck, for real? Cuz yeah, they're at the studio right now. So I drove my ass to the studio, and the minute I met them, right, I was like, hey, big dog, I gotta holler at y'all.
That's right.
You feel me? I'm the OG here. I got some ideas that I want to run through you guys.
Did you guys like hit it off right at the top, or were you guys still
Well,
like?
we already knew of each other, so
Nice.
it was just putting us in one room and letting us talk to
Nice,
each other.
bro. Yeah,
it was
yeah.
over after that. I carry myself well as a leader. You feel me? And I like to plan ahead.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Every move that I make, I plan it out. You know what I'm saying? And even creating this, I was telling them like, I don't want to write shit. I don't want y'all to do nothing. I just want to go to the studio. We're gonna get 6 hours. We even had the wingman come in. Feel me? We kicked it. We relaxed.
Start vibing.
We were vibing.
That's right.
And then what? Compa T started.
Yeah, I just grabbed the guitar. I was like, man, let me see what I got. And that's how Evolucion. I was like,
And we're like, damn, that right there?
and I was like, all right, we got a beat already. Let's get to work.
And everybody started, like, all of us just like Voltron started connecting. Oh man, that shit sound hard. Let's make the drums like this. We started adding the drums, and right away, just vibing. Words started being thrown out, and we both went to, started writing it right there and then. And that's what I feel music is missing. You feel me? Nowadays, oh, email me the beat, I'll send you back the verse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or like, Hey man, I want you to make me a beat. Yeah, I'll send you a beat pack.
Yeah, pretty much, bro.
Right? And I was telling these dudes, I don't want y'all to start with nothing. I want us to go in the studio and if it's gonna happen, it's gonna fucking happen. You know what I mean? We gotta have the passion and the love for the music still. And I feel like that's kind of missing, you know what I mean? From like a lot of records I hear.
Well, I think the performance part is missing. Like,
Oh yeah,
us
hell yeah.
in in maybe 3 weeks, 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I already got a date. I gotta look at my calendar. We're gonna hold a session over here. We're gonna do this.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a couple rappers, singers, whoever wants to come in. Here you go, guys. You guys get 60 seconds. Now we want 60 seconds. And what a lot of people are missing that I've noticed since I've been doing this now is a lot of people can't even do 60 seconds live, bro.
Yeah.
They want to sit there and, as Chris told, punch in this, punch in that. We're like, no, bro, give us 60 seconds. And you, I don't know if it was natural to you, Kiki, but like the last one you just performed, like, dude, I'm like, damn, this was just going. And I'm sure sometimes you'll trip up like everybody does, but you know, somebody will you just keep going.
Yeah.
But no, bro, you've got a different talent that a lot of people don't have. They can't do that. Now, was that something that you learned throughout the years? Were you getting stuck at the beginning? Like, you know, talk to me when you.
Oh well, you know, I've toured the world with Coolio, bro. I was his DJ for 5 years.
Really?
I toured the world, bro.
I did not know that,
And
bro.
for 5 years, I saw this man really entertain. You know, I remember him telling me, I was telling him them stories on the way in. I remember him telling me, like, up here, cuz, we're entertainers. We sweat on this goddamn stage. And he's like, I can't just have you standing like this, cuz. So when the dancers move right, at least move right with it.
That's right.
And I started coming to where I would scratch and rap, you know what I mean? Like, and move to the left and still be his hype man. You feel me? He taught me how to be an entertainer.
That's right, performer. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
and 5 years of watching this man, like major stages, bro. Feel me? Like in Europe, we would do big stadium shit.
That's when he was huge, bro.
Yeah, where he would come out of the car and
Gangsta
everything.
Paradise.
We would come out like choir boys to do Gangsta's Paradise. It was 2 months rehearsal all the time. You know what I mean? It was big shit. So when I started performing, that's the dude I looked, you know, I've been mentored by Yella. Yella was, imagine rapping with Yella behind you as your DJ.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I got to do these things, bro. You know, like I was telling them, I'm happy to be who I am. You know what I mean? Maybe I didn't come up to the levels where people imagined me at, but you know what, dog? I love being me.
No, you were on the scene. For what are you talking about? You've been to a world that 98% dream of going.
Yeah.
Let's keep it 100.
Yeah.
I mean, out of everybody who's out there on these podcasts practicing doing this, at the end, if you're not doing it for the love, bro, it's gonna break your heart.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, it's a very small percentage. Just like basketball player, football player, but you played, bro. You played.
Appreciate that.
You played professional. You know,
Appreciate that,
it's like an ex-baseball player. They can say what you want. Oh, this was AAA base. Wait, he played pro? Yeah, this one played pro for 5 years, homie. So
appreciate that, bro.
You were there. How was that for a it's almost like a cliche, like a young kid from Compton, homie.
Yeah, it was beautiful, bro. It was amazing. It was back in the no cell phone days, so it was. My little brother skating to the hood, and he's like, "You got a phone call at the house. It's important." Who is it?
Okay.
It's like it's the homie Ghost. So Ghost is Coolio's nephew, and he knew I was a bad motherfucking DJ.
How old are you this time?
I was like 22,
Okay.
23. You know what I mean? And people already knew I was a bad motherfucker. I was doing all the best house parties, like for all the big hoods, you know. And I worked at Easy's record store at the time, so. Homie already knew I got down, and Coolio ended up having a fall with his DJ Fat Box, rest in peace. The homie ended up arguing with him about some shit, and he was like, "I'm gonna get another DJ," and he's like, "Nigga, you can't get another DJ." So his nephew was like, "It's called DVS. That's what they call me when I DJ."
Right.
And he was like, he's like, "Trust me, he's a kid from Compton. You're gonna love him." Next thing you know. I finally go to the house. Y también pa' acá la de chingar, güey. It took me like an hour to get back home. You know, back in those days, you really wanted to be in the street because it wasn't, you know, your friends are there.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like, damn, I gotta go all the way back to the house. And it was only a block away. I voy para atrás a la casa, I call him, and he's like, "Bro, send me all your information. You're going to Texas tomorrow." I'm like, "For what, huh?" He's like, "Listen, bro, you're going to DJ for Coolio for one show.
Testing you out.
He's like, him and Fatbox got in an argument. They're gonna bring him back, but we need a DJ. We try to get you. So my homeboy Too High couldn't do it because he didn't have a passport to go. Un japonés. So they called me. I will roll with him a lot. So they called me, and I was like, I had never even been on a plane, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you sure? They're like, yeah, and we're gonna pay you $500. I was like, whatever you want me to do. I thought was whatever you want me to do. $500
Oh shit.
to go and DJ for y'all. I was like, for sure. Do I gotta pay for my own plane ticket? And they were like, nah, we got you.
That's right. Man.
I get there. I remember getting to the fairgrounds. We went straight to some fairgrounds, and they took me back there to go meet Coolio. And Coolio had this machine called the Akai Instant Replay. I had never been on it, but me being like a gadget geek,
Right.
I knew about it because I would always watch like the big performers, you know, like watching Yo MTV Raps and all that. I would see that machine. So he was like, oh, do you know how to use one of these? And I lied my ass off. Yeah, you know, como, like any first job.
Yes,
Like
yes.
any first job.
Yes.
Yeah, of course I know how to do it.
Yes, yo,
Yeah.
quiero que sepas.
And he's like, where you from? I'm from Compton. And he's like, where in Compton? Pete this story. I told him, I'm the little kid that used to work in the pool. I used to be a lifeguard, bro. I told him, I remember when you used to rap in the parks. He goes, get the fuck out of here. You that little kid? He's from Mona Park Crips. I worked at Mona Park.
Shit, small world.
He's like, what the fuck? You're my DJ. Matter of fact, I want you to I'll never forget this. I want you to introduce me in Spanish and English. And I was like, why in Spanish? He's like, because if you look out there, there's going to be a lot of Mexicans. It was in Texas.
Shit.
I was like, what the fuck? So I go back to my fucking hotel room that they got me, and I had to learn how to use that machine and come up with an introduction for this phone. I came up with some weird shit. The show was done. I was happy. I thought in my head, I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I did it. I fucking did it. I was like, I'm gonna go back home and I could get shot or thrown in jail and I wouldn't care. Right? And cool, we were smoking, we were drinking, and he said it to me when he was fucked up though. He was like, you're gonna go with us to Atlanta tomorrow. You're gonna DJ one more show. And I was like, this nigga drunk, whatever. The next morning, doop. We're going to Atlanta, bro. And that Atlanta show became 5 years.
No way.
Yeah, he never hired the homeboy back. He took me on. I mean, it was the most amazing time. Like I was telling this dude, I was jumping from country to country. We entertained in the USO. So that means everywhere there's a base, an American
You guys
art,
did that sport?
and we did it with the goddamn Dallas cheerleaders, bro. We did it twice. I was telling them I got 2 different passports, llenos. On my first trip, Coolio already did a world tour, so he was like, they're gonna give us 2 days wherever we want. Where you want to go? I was like, Amsterdam. Take my ass to Amsterdam right now. You know, like California is the second Amsterdam of the world.
Right.
Before California, it was Amsterdam.
For sure.
And Amsterdam was the place that any person that smokes as much as pot that I do, that I was like, Amsterdam.
Did it disappoint?
Fuck no. I
That's
didn't go to Amsterdam by myself.
That's right.
I went to Amsterdam with a celebrity.
Oh man, that's right.
And they gave us a fucking premium check thingy
Yeah, the pretty
of some money, like $1,000. And he was like, just go have fun, bro. Man, I ate mushrooms. I did the most. The most.
You
And he
got your
got-
money's worth.
Hey, and that fool got me a gig in there, and I had a DJ on mushrooms. It was crazy, bro.
shit,
I'll
bro.
never. Yeah, it was beautiful. All the things I did with Coolio. Rest in peace to Coolio. I have
Yeah, for
2
sure.
kids in New Zealand because of Coolio. I would move to different countries and just stay at that motherfucker. Stayed in New Zealand for 5 years, so I ended up having some kids. You know, shout outs to my beautiful kids. That
Do they got New Zealand names?
they do. They have the longest Mexican New Zealand names.
Oh fuck.
I gave it to them. Enrique Raúl Cajuriqui Vázquez, Eliana, Maria. Cataraina.
Oh, jeez. Everybody gets their name in there. Everybody gets their name in there. Hey, don't forget your grandma's name on this side, bro.
I did. I threw it all in there.
Oh, that's common.
She wanted to know why her middle name was Josefina. Like she wanted like meet grandma and all that. You know, like we do the little FaceTime thing, and
Right.
I had to take like this is Josefina. This is who.
Yeah, for
This is
sure.
who you fucking. And you know they speak a little bit of Spanish, English. You know what I mean? They speak their native language. They're Martis. So they're the native tribe there.
You're right.
So
Oh, yeah, for
so
sure.
they speak that too, man. You know they have a good parents over there, bro. Like
Nice, bro.
Shout outs to good co-parenting and all that, man.
Doing
So,
their thing. That's
yeah.
right. So when you're leaving on tour and you call your moms, she believe you or said, nah, no chingues. Like,
Oh no, man! It tripped, it flipped, it made her cry, bro. Like when we came back from Atlanta, she was like, "¿Qué pasó? Ya no vas a trabajar?" Because I told her it was just gonna be one time, and I told her, "No, pienso que me dieron el trabajo, mami." You know, like any other proud parent, like, damn, this fool. Because you gotta understand, like, my mom was like, "The garage is yours. Put your turntables in there." You know, she knew what it was because she would go out clubbing and she told me she would see these motherfuckers like the big DJs walking into Florentine Gardens
Yeah,
and all
for
that.
sure.
You know, like I told you, she had me young. So they would leave me a lot home alone and
but she was supporting the right cause.
the right cause. Like, here's $100, go buy some vinyl. See, these DJs nowadays don't know what it is to go and find your music and then still buy it because they wouldn't make that much vinyl, bro. So, you know, if you're that dude, you got to have that hookup with the store, have them put one copy behind the counter by the time you get there for real, bro, because it was like that.
But you worked at a store for a minute, no? Easy.
So I'm talking about before. That's the reason I got the job at DC's record store in the Ops hood.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
shit.
I didn't care, bro, because I couldn't keep up with the radio DJs. These fools are cracking off songs. You know, and shout out to DJ Ray. Me and Ray, we go back.
Right.
And shout out, that's Ray, Big Boy's neighborhood. And I used to tell him, like, damn, this nigga Ray got all of them already. He already popping them off, bro. And it was like, I'm a competitive DJ, so I love that, you know, and I had to get the job with Easy's record store to do that, you know, to be able to compete. And shout outs to Big A. No me daba el trabajo, el güey. No me lo quería dar. He was like, well, we don't need another DJ. We don't need a DJ.
Right.
And I work for free, man. Look, just give me vinyl. Hey, dog, I kept that store going though for another year, man. So shout outs to everybody.
Oh, don't worry about that, Chris. We don't need to turn that one on. Just let me get this mic over there. All right, so you got another song you guys can perform for us real quick or what?
¿Cuál?
You know which one.
La cumbia.
Want to try it out?
¿Ustedes echan una ustedes?
Oh, porque la
Angelina.
Angelina.
Échense una.
Yeah. Asociados.
Eso. Y el ángel chapeando al mercado, ya entregando al modelo cristiano. Bucanitas, trago amargo, lavadita, suspirando, la nariz, monitoreando, con la clica, monitoreando, la ganja, ya fumando, comí, onda y quemamos, la torcha está calentando, a quemar un sencillo para hermano, este estrés ya me está quitando.
Asociados. Shout out Marky Cholo.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. So, have you guys came up yet with enough songs to make an album?
We're almost there.
You guys are there.
Yeah, we're gonna be dropping Evolucion in like a couple weeks. We're just working out the distribution part.
Okay.
And we have a cumbia track coming out called Cumbia TikTok. We have a song featuring our brother Too Much called, what are we naming that one?
Evolution Part 2.
Oh, we have, yeah, and we're working on some, more records. We've been going in the studio, putting more songs together because, we're starting to catch a buzz.
Right.
And people starting to feel this. And, I really appreciate all the fans that are been telling us, like, yo, man, we love this. And the video's out right now on YouTube. Evolucion, shout outs to Man Hablado Extract Films for putting that video together for us. And get ready. We're going to be out there doing a lot of shows. So any promoters out there that, love to hear us on stage, or, y'all got to check out our live show. This is the acoustic show. So when
and you don't get the great sound like what the people are hearing in the back, like with us, because we got the headphones when we're hearing it. Yeah, you kind of lose it. But nah, bro, this is dope, bro.
Thank you, bro.
This is dope. Now, where are you guys performing live at?
Right now, we are working on that. A lot of people have been asking us. So if any promoters out there that like what the hell they heard or saw, hit us up, man. Hit us up. Hit me up, Kiki Smooth on Instagram. You know how it goes. And we'll make sure we put that. Slide you guys to our manager and all that, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. So how many songs are you guys dropping on this next album?
On right now we're gonna drop nothing but singles.
Okay, singles.
Yeah. So the next single after Evolucion is Cumbia TikTok. It's up tempo cumbia. You know what I mean? So we got some way different shit coming out. Some different shit. I gotta invite you to the video shoot too, man. It's gonna be.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just let me know. So is it now that's just a part of the music industry? Because I noticed that it's not. You can't really drop albums anymore. It's pretty much more about the singles.
Well,
right?
that's right now for the reason of building an audience for this is the reason why we're doing this.
Okay.
Once we get an audience and we know it's a solid audience, we will be able to give them a more of an album feel with merch behind it and all that. You feel me? So we're just taking the baby steps, and yes, it is the standard now. But some people don't understand that, you got to build an audience for yourself.
Yes.
And then take it from there. You know what I'm saying? So that we're taking it that direction.
Now, are you going to also teach people a little bit of Spanglish so they can say los asociados correctly, bro?
Definitely. We are going to be bringing in that. You feel me? So it's funny because we were saying like it's Kiki Smooth and the Associates. Right. Or El Kike y los Asociados. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So now, what if a record label came to you guys and said, hey, listen, I need you guys to change your name, man. I need you to be Mr. Smooth and the Associates.
Oh, shit.
Are you changing it, bro? $5 million.
Man, yeah, $5 million. No, fuck yeah. Let's go.
Money talks.
Yeah.
Whatever name they
I
want.
am.
Whatever name they want.
I am.
With a quickness.
Yeah, $5 million, dog. That's three of us, man. It's nothing. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's how it starts.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're in New York at a Diddy party, bro.
Nah, I was never into baby oil.
Hey, no Diddy.
No, did he do it?
Hey, that
Did he
fool-
do it?
do it?
Did he do it?
That's just crazy, huh?
Este güey está cabrón, güey.
Hey, wait, it's giving you the insight into that world, bro.
Yeah, dog, those motherfuckers. And you know what's funny, bro? Coolio used to always say, like, man, fuck all these niggas. Fuck all them fools. For real, he didn't, like, I wonder why. I never asked that fool that. Ese güey también estaba loco, güey. The Coolio,
Right.
He was a crazy motherfucker, man. But you know what? He was our crazy motherfucker.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
So, were you still in contact with him when he passed away not too long ago?
Yeah. It was sad. It shit. Yeah. It fucked me up, bro. Because, like I have 2 kids because of that dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it really messed me up on a level where when I got that phone call, I was like, what the fuck? What you mean? I never expected that. They were just in Europe with 50 Cent. So I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? Getting a call from his nephew, and again, that's the same guy that called me to get the job. And
Oh man.
he calling me to let me know that Cool had passed away. So it hurt me and shit. It really hurt me because all these wonderful stories, these memories I have are because of him.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you this, bro. He went to my first ever rap show. I love that dude. He was like, I want to see if you really got it. If you saying that you're ready to rap in front of people, and I told him, I looked at you so much, bro. Like, I look up to you guys. I got this. And he went.
Oh, that's dope, bro.
It was just like family and friends.
No, sí, pero
Pero
chingues.
he went, and a fool was like right there, and I'm rapping, and I'm doing what he would do, rap to the people, you know what I'm saying? Look into people's eyes, and I'm looking into his eyes, and he told me, you got it. You got it. It's going to be a long, fucked up road. And he was not lying. He said, but you got it. You learned right. It's like, you keep doing that, and you're going to be good. Like, if you notice, like, we didn't have words on our, you know, we don't rap on top of words.
Right.
We're real performers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of that's missing. It's almost like, let's say you go back to, and I'm talking about some great singers like a Marvin Gaye and stuff. They were singing a cappella off the top, bro. They weren't singing over something. Nowadays, the old singers sound better then when there was just open mic than the ones now. Because I mean, technology is taking a lot of it. It's,
Well, I mean, and it's the responsibility of the artist. I feel like we didn't teach these kids what it is to be the performer and the lyricist. What they saw was money, flashing, and music videos. So to me, when I see these younger dudes rap, they think they're still in the music video.
right.
And that's how they're rapping.
Oh, okay, yeah. They're used to doing it. But if you don't cut the music video and put different scenes, it doesn't look right.
Doesn't look right,
Yeah,
right?
okay,
And
yeah.
they forgot about the art of performing. I love it where there's no words on it, because I could probably deliver it even different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's because I know my music so much. I wouldn't want the lyrics on there. And I'm loud as fuck. You won't even hear the goddamn words. You know, I'm a loud motherfucker. So you're not going to hear no words on it. And working with real musicians, you can't be like that. You can't be a dude that's, you know what I mean? Like, these dudes, they're with it. 100%. So I want to be 100% with them, you know?
Now, are you guys? Let me start with you over here. Are you guys kind of feeding off each other, and how much the love for the music is going on right now? You feel that?
Yeah. I mean, we've been doing it already for a minute. I mean, like, you know, we've been doing it, performing and shows.
I was just
and
the,
stuff like
the
that.
sprinkle on their shit.
That's right.
You feel me? And I will always pay homage to these two cats for allowing me to jump in with them. You know what I mean? And add to what they already had. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That all we did was add me. You know, and I found the balance in it. And I'm finding more. I was telling them on the way over here. Now that we're doing all these interviews and shows, I'm starting to find even more balance in their songs where, like, I can rap there. I can rap there. I can rap there.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's creating even more content for us alone, just to be able to drop that. Eventually, it's just going to be Asociados with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that sounds hard. There's shit.
Yeah, it is. That's
Yeah.
right.
So, but right now, we're just, using my platform and the things that I've done to get into these rooms that we need to get into, and I appreciate you, Gil, for allowing us to come and, display our art. A lot of people don't get it, but it's starting to catch on with people like you, understanding what we're doing. So we
Absolutely.
appreciate you.
And we've been trying to do something for a minute, and I always tell you, it's always about timing, bro.
Yeah.
And this is the best timing. Now
Yeah, it is.
we're at a studio that we can share with you guys, so you can bring it out to the public. And like you were saying earlier, man, we built something, bro. That's what we are building, because no individual can come in here and do all this by himself, bro.
No.
You can't. You can't build a studio by yourself. You can't play the guitar by yourself. You can't do this.
Yeah.
We need all the audience to support. You need the people to come to the concerts. All that, bro.
Yeah.
It's something that we as older guys, especially myself, ya los cincuentón, way. I've seen this shit from way back then, and I've seen la evolución, the evolution, homeboy,
Yes,
the
sir.
evolution of us. Now we're rocking stuff. Now homies are going on tour over here. The homies, I think OGs and them, they got a big tour.
Shout out to Peso.
Peso, the bag chasers on that one.
Oh,
And-
yeah, too. And Santa Fe.
Hey, Santa Fe, it's a perfect mix. Fool. It's a perfect mix.
Yeah.
And if they go around, all they're doing is opening doors
Yeah.
for smaller artists
Yeah.
to be like, hey, these guys kind of do this. And it's a great thing, bro.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. So
Yeah.
I think you guys are definitely onto something. Evolution is what it is, brother.
Thank you, bro.
I love it. I appreciate you guys for coming in here
Thank
with
you
us.
for having us,
I
bro.
want these two gentlemen to give their shout outs.
Yeah.
And let people know where they can find them, either on IG or YouTube. But before that, Milton Ortiz, 999 super chat. Good shit. Fire in 100. That's what's up, Milton.
Man.
Appreciate you, man. Let's give us some fire in the comment section. All right, carnal. Tell them where they can find you. The whole stuff, brother.
On IG, you can follow us on Asociados_official. TikTok, Los_Asociados.
That's right, homeboy. Y aquí mi compa, el smiley, compa.
Aquí on Facebook, you can find us at Los Asociados, on Spotify, iTunes, and all digital platforms, como Los Asociados, you can find us, hear our music, buy with us.
Can
Yeah.
they hit you guys up for parties, bro? Like,
Yeah, we do parties and all of that también.
Hell
We
yeah.
do privadas,
okay, that's what's up.
everything.
That's right, homeboy. That's right.
Quinceañeras, bodas, all of that.
Jalados, viejo, jalados.
Lo que caiga, güey.
Yeah.
There's no Diddy parties, fool.
No,
Diddy.
no Diddy. Strictly no Diddy, man.
We'll give you a good, decent price.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm a jackass, fool. All right.
I love it.
All right, Kiki, man. Take us out of here, homie. Let people know where they can find you, homie. The whole shebang.
Hey,
bro.
man. Kiki Smooth, the first Mexican rapper out of Compton, Rich and Ruthless Records. Y'all find me on all digital platforms as Kiki Smooth. And Evolucion dropping in 2 weeks. The video's out right now. Y'all can go check that out right now. Evolucion, the video is out on YouTube right now. And
Check that
you know,
shit out.
And you could DM me if you need a DJ. I'm always out DJing still, so I do all the house parties, quinceañeras, weddings, anything like that.
Oh, that's what's up,
so
homie.
we stay chambeando over here.
Yeah, it's okay,
You know what I
man.
mean?
Appreciate you guys.
If you need a DJ and
And a conjunto behind you.
Pues ahí está.
We
Give
got
you
the
guys the
whole
combo.
thing. Yeah, we have the whole combo.
All
for
right,
y'all.
fellas. Appreciate you guys,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
God bless, homeboy.
Gracias, canal.